Hey folks, it's Chris from Novation, and I'm over here at the Music Expo over in Budapest, and I'm with the guys from Budapest Music, and it's with enormous pleasure I have to show you our brand new Novation product, Circuit. And Circuit is a standalone groove box. It gives you 4 different drum parts, 2 very powerful synthesizer engines, all built into a box which gives you a grid and also full sequencer. So you can basically create everything directly from Circuit itself. It's battery powered, and as you can see, I'm just powering it up here. We have nothing connected, directly powered from the batteries, and it's a fantastic piece of kit to work with. So Circuit is made up of 4 independent drum sequencers and 2 independent synth sequencers. The drum sequencers are based around 64 different preset drum patches that we've created, and the synths are based around 64 different presets. The great thing about Circuit is that it's really dynamic, so when you change the page, you'll see that the RGB LEDs behind the buttons will change their colour, and you'll get an instant recognition of where you are within Circuit. If I go to my drum sequencer and fire it up, you can see the sequencer running across here. And to program into Circuit is so easy. You just simply place steps into the sequencer and they'll play. If I just switch to a single pattern here, you can see on this particular drum part, I can just add these different parts here and just simply create music immediately. So we have 4 independent drum sequencers. Drum 1 and 2 are connected together, so we have 2 16-part sequences here. If I go to the page with drum 3 and 4, again I have 2 independent sequences. If I go to my synth page, you'll see I also have a sequencer at the bottom of the synth page, but I also have here a keyboard that I can play in my sequences. The keyboard is based around different scales, so we have different scales already pre-programmed into Circuit, and we can choose the right scale that we want to work with while we're creating our music. If I want a chromatic scale, I can go to the final choice here, and now we have 2 black notes and 3 white notes. If I go back to the note page and press the Shift and Note button, I actually get 2 keyboards. And if I want to record in, I can just simply hit the record button and then start to play in as the sequencer is running. This will capture all that data. Now that's entering notes into Circuit, but we also have incredible sound sculpting possibilities with Circuit as well. On the drum sequencer, we have our pitch control, we have a decay control, a distortion, and we have a high pass and low pass filter. And in a drum page, I have drum 1 and drum 2. On the page with drum 3 and 4, I have drum 3 and drum 4. So we have these controls spread across the different drum tracks. When I go to my synth page, we have 8 different macro controls that allow me to sculpt and shape that sound. If I want to change the sound, I simply press Shift and the appropriate instrument, and now I can access 32 presets on this page. I can change the page and access another 32, so we have 64 in total. Alongside the sequencer and the synth engine and the drum engine as well, we have a mixer with mute switches and volume controls. We have effects, and we have 16 different preset delay effects and 8 different preset reverb effects to add effects to our sounds. We also have the ability to control our patterns. Now, in the patterns page, we can choose from 8 individual patterns, or we can chain these together. In this instance, on synth 1 here, I've chained 8 patterns together, which gives me a total of 128 steps, which is quite a lot of sequencing capability. Alongside the patterns, if I go to my velocity page here, which is in the input stage, I can press on any notes and change the velocity and control the velocity in that particular sequence. And I also have a gate control, so if I press a gate and extend the gate there, we've extended the length of that particular note. We have a tempo control here, and we get a great readout of the tempo on the grids, so it's really easy to see what tempo you're dialing in. And also with the swing function as well, we have a nice sort of 50% center swing point, and then we can increase that up to 80% or give a negative swing of down to 20%. Another thing that we have is our sessions page, and sessions is really, if you like, the global or song storage page. And in here I can easily access any of my sessions at any time, even while the sequencer engine is running. In fact, a really neat trick is if we hold the shift button and change the session, it will immediately change at that point, not waiting for the next bar or next pattern. So we can get some quite interesting and crazy creative results by just changing the session halfway through a patch. Of course, on being Novation, we like to give you a nice filter control, and on circuit we have a nice high pass and low pass filter control here, which is a global filter, and with a center indent so we can keep it switched off when we need to. Alongside all the internal standalone application with circuit, we've also got here MIDI in and out and USB. So if we want to connect this to our DAW, to our music software, we can easily do so and use circuit as a fantastic controller. If we want to control our external hardware, such as external synths like Novation's bass station, that sort of thing, we can easily take a MIDI signal out of the mini jack with one of the mini jack to 5-pin converter cables and connect that directly to our external MIDI gear and sequence that directly from circuit as well. So that's circuit. If you want any more information, visit the guys at Tachi Music and they'll be able to help you out. Thanks very much.